Hima. We are doing some quick studio things, which I just fixed that caddy, which things are getting like really lost. So I just added this to my caddy, which is going to really work for me. And technically this is what I've arranged. Like I put all the brushes on one side that I'm going to use to clean up, and I added all the carving tools on one side and all the sculpturing tools on one side and all the trimming and like throwing things on one side, and like all the holes to be poked on one side, and there are some more that I am still going to arrange on. So I prepared my caddy, which is going to be super easy. In case if you haven't, this is like an amazing trick to do in your home studio or like in any studios. Yes. But yeah, welcome to ClayGarden by Hima. This is probably going to be really quick today. I do have a lot of work to do, but I'm not really sure how much I am going to work on. But yeah, let's at least start with something. But yeah, hi there, welcome. Ta-da! Okay, so since we fixed this one big major problem, I'm going to continue working on taking care of this area because we do have some reclaimed clay here, and I wanted to get this bucket cleaned up because I am in desperate need of getting some clean water, which I don't have any clean water right now. This water is all dirty, so I'm trying to reclaim that clay, and yeah, let's get those things done. I do have, like, I'm getting ready for my weekend, so I just wanted to take care of like the trimming and like adding some of the handles. We'll see how much of it can be done today, okay? I'm gonna make this bucket cleaned because I wanted to get it used to like adding some more clean water, or at least like some dirty water. Usually it's better to have um, dirty water, a little bit of clean water, and like a bit more like, you know, nice water to just wash hands and things like that. So yeah, let's fix that. I do have some trimming that I need to do with this probably later, but yeah, okay, just going to use some water to kind of clean this bucket real quick. But I am going to get ready for my weekend. How is your weekend happening? If you're already from other side, how is your weekend? If you're already planning, just let me know. I think I need like a big sponge here. Let's just grab the big one, which is right here. I have to remove water very gently because all the water, all the clay that is sitting down is going to like come up, which I don't really want. Like, let me show you how carefully I should be doing that. Yeah, you see all the water is all clear right now. If I disturb it too much, then I'm going to get dirty water, which I don't really want. Ah! I did messed up a little, which I think I should have slowly let this water come out. Ooh. And all the heavy particles are like down there. Yeah. Okay. Technically this area is done. Okay. The next thing I do have to do is I'm going to use this clay to put it on our wedging table. I do still have some more water here, so let's take that water out. Let's get our bucket. Oh, it's almost full already, so just a sec. It's going to be an adventure. Huh. I feel like tired already. Weighing all the weights. Okay. Let's assume that this one soaked so much of water. And then carefully lift this once again. Mix that clay. It's very watery, so I should be very careful so that it won't fall down. Oh my gosh, look at my hair. Okay, so this is very, very watery. Like, look at that. Just carefully place it on your plaster Paris bats, like I'm doing right now, if you do have retail clay. I'm making sure that I'm not getting any splats here. Careful. If I get like any splat, it's gonna be on my face or my dress. So my trick is I'm trying to get like all the hard clay on the bottom and like add the softer one on the top. Hold on, let me bring you to the side just to get to see. There we go. That's how I'm planning on putting all the clay. Like, slowly, I'm dumping it. It's like really dark outside for me to get like good water right now, so let's see. I don't actually miss having a good sink, like freshwater sink, because I do have two right outside my home and like one in the backyard, which are kind of close. Not like very next to me, but yeah. It would be nice if I have a sink, accessible sink, but I don't. Okay. Ooh, okay. This part is like definitely very soothing. And nobody's gonna tell you that how many times you have to put your hands on the reclaim. This is how many times. Like, look at the beautiful color you get. Just like everything else, this is getting more kind of like plasticity. So, hence the color change on this one. I'm letting all the water getting like soaked inside, and then I'm adding more water, like more on the top. Hello, Sonic Zone, how are you? Have we met before? Sorry, I'm kind of like in a different angle here. I'm taking care of reclaimed clay right now, and then we will be going to trimming and some more fun clay projects works, like adding handles and things like that. Are just going to be more interesting. I feel really happy because we are getting so close of taking care of this clay bucket, so I get to use this, and I need to spread this thing very gently and evenly. I sure did let this back dry, and then I've been using it, so should be good for me to like use it carefully, of course. Oh my goodness, come on, you can't overflow from here. This is your zone, don't go over. Yeah. Okay, I think we technically made it stop the overflowing. Ew, come on. Okay, yay. Hey, I'm gonna be gently pushing this. There's a small crack, so I'm like being extra careful here. And I don't want all the clay to be dropped. Oh, hi! Juicy Dream Edits and Diaz Whips. Hi there! Are you guys ready for the weekend? Are there any big plans for the weekends? Hi, Rosalind. How's it going? What are we making? I am taking care of my recycled clay, and then I do have a few trimming pieces that I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, that's my plan for today, which is going to take tremendous amount of time. So I just wanted to make this one kind of like all ready here so that I can take care of. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I'll show you like what are the pieces that we throwed yesterday. Technically, I covered it. I just sprinkled some water and like I covered it. But then I wanted to take care of it. We'll see if it is too dry or too wet. then I might have to wait. But yeah, if not, then I think I should be good. So this is like the satisfying part. Look at this bucket. It looks like very filthy, right? But then as soon as I just wipe it with the sponge, it just cleans it instantaneously. Magic. Okay, let's just dip it in my water that I have here, which is also dirty, but yeah. It should be good enough to take care of this bucket situation. Okay. Hi, Rosalind, but I don't think we've met. Are you like in the East Coast, or where are you connecting from? Here, I think I'm heading away from my camera. Oops, okay. I don't want it to show. There we go. Hi there. Technically, when I'm throwing, I do need like the depth of the bucket. Like I cannot use this one because I might be splashing clay everywhere, which I don't really like. Okay. So, ta-da! It's all taken care, right? Good as almost new. Okay. Clean my hands real quick. Okay, and then I can put the sponge here. Let me move this bucket over here. We do have, okay, so I'm going to show my throwing wheel. This is where I do have my throwing wheel, which does really need to be taken care of. And this is where I do have all my throwing pieces. And I just covered it because I don't want it to put them all, like before trimming, like this. Because I'm not going to add anything like handles or anything, so I think I can trim this guy today, which is leather hard, so it's perfect. And for any ones that I'm going to add, like handles, for example, this one we had a small dent when we were making it, so I just wanted to keep it as a, I don't know if you can see, look at that. Like when I'm like trying to lift this, you see that? That's where it gets connected to bat. So when I was trying to lift it, I got like a dent here. So I'm thinking I can use this one as like a thumb cup. So I think we can finish trimming this guy also. And yeah, all of these needs some sort of attachment of handles. I think this one too, but the sad part is, okay, so we can, like, let me take care of these 3 pieces for today, because the sad part is, look at that, there's like an S crack there. You can see it, right? Whoa, it's so beautiful. Thank you, Arda. Sorry. Thank you. But yeah, there are some pieces. Okay, so I technically let it go. But we'll see if it's gonna come back. Well, this was always challenging because this was never ready. I feel like because the clay when I'm throwing it was very hard and challenging. So let me bring back my pieces and then we can start working on trimming these guys. Let me start with this one. And I do have my caddy sitting over there. Okay. Because this is like a thumb mug, we can take care of that too today. Okay, and then once we're done, well, possibly we can clean it up, but yep. Okay, you can see much better, right? Just wanted to make sure. There we go. Yep, that's visible. But hello again. If you're new, welcome. We do pretty much trimming, throwing, sculpturing, and if you haven't seen any pieces that I've made, I'll show you one example. Sorry, I feel like I have very bad hair day today. Okay, so if you haven't seen, or if you're new here, I'd like to show my cottage. Ta-da! These are the sculpturing things that we do. And yeah, all kinds of fun projects. And I made another one, which is, okay, I'll show you this one. This is a vase that I just throw, which is also super cute, isn't it? Like there's a design. I feel like it's very hard for some reason to see the clarity. And then that's the bottom of it. And that's the top. That's inside. But yeah, we just finished this one yesterday. And I will show you one more piece, okay? Ta-da! This is another wall hanging, which I experimented with. And then there's like the hook kind of thing. We have to find out if it's going to survive the kiln process and all. But yeah. Okay, so I wanted to take care of, oops, I have clay all over. I didn't put my apron. Anyways, I can take care of that later. We have our sponge ready, and we have our people ready, and our live going on. So my trimming side is this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the walls ready because like I said, this one is challenging, so we need to take care of this for sure. So let's see. Like I don't really like the walls so much, so I'm like trying to fix that because this is our chance. But there are definitely perfect swirls that are coming right now. Okay. Usually when it's a cup, then I would make the lip very thin. Otherwise, I think we're okay to keep it this way. Like I don't want it to be super sharp, but at the same time it has to be a good bowl. But I always had some doubts on this one. You know what? Let's try a different technique with this one. I wanted to take my needle tool and use the wall to like straighten it out, but hold on, let me show you. Because I'm trying to get the walls evened out, there are some irregularities, so I wanted to make it like completely even width. It's okay if it's like a flowery shape, but right now I just feel like this can be fixed a little bit. We'll see. And I'm going to be trying like this inside. Okay. Again, I feel like it can be okay if I cut this much. But yeah, we will see once we cut it until there. This is going to make a good popcorn bowl for my kids. Okay. Which they requested one. So why not? Aw, look at that leather heart. Just feels so good. Okay, now technically I hope it is evened out. Let's give it a try. Okay, it's not, so we need to cut a little bit more. I have to be careful that I'm not going to get trim happy with this. Which means I just go a little beyond how it should be trimmed, but yeah. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, that looks good. Let's just make sure. So the whole point that I'm trying to make is when I put the pin to needle inside the bowl, I wanted to see it touching in all different directions, and I would want it to see something like a round structure like this, which means this one is okay. So I'm going to keep like, initially I started a big bowl like this one, and then this just became very small, which is totally fine because I wanted it to look a little closer to perfection. So yeah, that's what we got. And we are making the lip kind of like sharp, not sharp. Why did I say sharp? Okay, and then I'm going to take care of the outside. I haven't removed this one from the bat because that gives me a good handling. I can actually put a little bit more force and it works just fine. I mean, just look at the perfect swirls we're getting. Okay, that looks good from outside. Okay, I do feel like there is some irregularity inside, so we can fix that real quick. Look at those. Perfect, right? Okay, so inside it's pretty evened out except a few spots. I mean a few places, so we can take care of them real quick. See, my trimming tool is like going up and down. That's what I'm trying to even it out from inside. This was a recycled clay, so this definitely gave me good challenges when I'm throwing itself, but I just wanted to keep it going at that time. It turned out really good, and I do know that there are some things that I can fix when I'm trimming. So essentially when we're trimming, it's going to take out the extra weight from the bowl, That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, that's good. This is all going to be so beautiful when you when they're all dried out, when you just try to crunch them. And then just trying to make it less cleaning work later on. But we will see when it dries. I think it's going to be tricky. If it is not, if there are, because this is the one that has cracks when I was like doing the work, and it dried out later on with a little bit of S crack. Okay, we're taking good care of it from the center. Looks nice. Yeah, looks good. Except I think I need to make it like a little bit more soft. I'm gonna use my metal rib. With metal rib, there's one problem, because if there is like a rock that is stuck underneath it, it is not going to take it out, and then it's going to create a texture from that rock. Okay. Now that the side is looking good. I just feel like there's still something. You see my hand is like moving a little bit, somewhere it's getting touched. Yeah, over here, right over here. What's happening here? Maybe something got stuck in. I don't know. Let's see. Like when I'm drying the clay, and if it's not evenly dried out, this is going to cause like uneven dried clay, and it will be uneven, definitely. We will see when I just put it back if I can fix it. Yeah. Okay, I can clearly sense that I'm getting trim happy, meaning I'm gonna cut too much of clay from here. Okay, I guess before I do too much damage, let's just cut this piece out, and then let's do the foot. Okay, this just came off. I'll show you from closer what it is. It has a nice texture. Okay, let me just bring it closer. There we go. Look at the nice little texture there, and look at the. But it's not going to stay. Once it's dried out, then it's gonna go. So, oh my gosh, we're like so much down at the bottom. Like I think I need to cut I need to shave off less clay from here. I cannot shave off too much. Okay, that should be doable. We do have, this one is still soft in the bottom because I did not give it time to dry on the bottom because I just cut it down. Like usually I have to flip it back, but I'm afraid that it's going to be too dry by the time I come back to this piece again. So I'm just trying to take care of this when I am here. Let's use our, like this will take a bit more clay of shaving. Here, I feel like this can be, just do this way. Because it is looking all white and I know it's very hard for you to see, right? Okay. I do get trim happy. Like I said, I'm going so fast, which means sometimes there's a good chance that it might fly off. Okay. Okay, looks good. I still feel like there is a little bit on the corner that we can shave off. What is that? Kichu Hunter. What is Kichao Hunter? What was your question? Mula Apai Nyak? What is that? Sorry, I don't understand. What? Okay. I think this one is all good. I just feel really good now. Okay, I kept a little bit of swirl. I don't know if you can see the swirl very well. And then this is the inside, this is the side, and that's the bottom. Let's put this one aside and we can let it dry from here. We don't have to worry too much about this bowl now. I feel like we saved it. Hi. Niroshan, Bandara, how are you? Okay, you can just put this bat aside. And let's bring the other pieces here. I worked on this trimming because I felt like working on this one earlier, so I did work and I got a very good part of it done. But yeah, come on, I got this. For some reason, I don't want it to go inside. Okay. And this one needs to be like evened out. I really like this cup. There's really very less because I already took care of that. But I did not cut this from the bottom, so that's what I'm gonna do. So technically it's half done, I'd say. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so this is looking really good. Let's just shave off a little bit from it, okay? Because I feel like there is a little bit here. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, now it's time to take care of the foot area. Actually, we can actually shave off some from the bottom. I think I need this one. Okay. And then once we cut it from the bottom, it should be good. And then we can work on it. This is the tricky part of taking these, because it's really stuck to the bat. It's going to be really tricky, or to take its sweet time, because the clay has to be cut off very carefully, and it really takes its sweet time. Okay. Wow, that was quick. Okay, well, here's another challenge. Like I said, the bottom needs to be completely dried. At least leather hard dried, but it's not. Let's give it a try. But I'm going to use that as a reference. We will see if we can keep this. Get this one carefully done. There's a little bit of stronger piece in the center that it just got like stuck here, you guys. That's the sad thing. Like, we have to make sure that there is not any uneven clay. Okay. Hey, come on. I really need this guy to even out so that it won't get stuck. I have to hold this piece with my one hand, otherwise this is going to fly off. Just double checking how much of clay that I can trim. I do have a good amount. Come on. This one wants to fly off. Normally I just apply some water, but I'm not doing that right now because I feel like this is so soft. Like usually I dip it in water and like I slowly let this one get stuck to the bat. But yeah, I think maybe that's what I should do because I feel like the technique that I thought is gonna work is not at this point. So yay. Let's go back to our old method. Now it's going to get stuck. There we go. Now we can work on it confidently. There we go. That one is very good. Down at the bottom, it seems really good right now. So I'm going to take my sharp needle tool and like I'm going to make the foot. In case if you don't know what I'm trying to do, like let me show you real quick. I'm trying to make this foot down at the bottom, which is going to be a little taller than well, it gives little bit of height to the piece. But we have to be really cautious. Like I said, this one hasn't been leather hard yet, which is going to take off too much clay if I do just one small mistake. It's gonna cut deep into our piece. So if there's a slow motion that I can show you, which would be really nice, well, let me bring it closer. And then, come on. There we go. You can see that one much better, right? Okay, let's see. So essentially I draw two kind of like circles. I'm trying to target not to go over that spots. So that is what going to give me my foot for this cup. It does actually feel like that I'm taking too much, but actually it is not, and actually the color is also different. But no, I'm not actually taking too much from there. Okay, that looks super cute, but we have to be really careful here, okay? Because the bottom is where you need to be. I mean, that's where I messed up so many times. I hope I'm not gonna be on this cup because I really like this. I mean, that's what I felt on everything else too, but look at that. It's looking like a pasta. Isn't it? It looks like a nice whirly pasta. I'm getting very beautiful swirls, but don't get too tempted by that. I shouldn't be carried away too much. Okay, there's still a little bit, just a little bit that I can shave off. see now we're getting like the foot. Oh my gosh, that's really hard to capture on the camera. But I wish you can see the difference. Let me show you once I take this thing out, okay? Okay, that looks good. Let's take just a little bit more. Look at those perfect swirly swirls. Okay, just let's do a little bit inside. Hey. Okay, and I think we should stop right here before I do too much damage. I'm just using my fingers so that it won't be sharp. Okay, hold on. Just do a tiny bit somewhere because I feel like it's uneven. Okay, okay. So this is what I call a finished piece. Oops. See, this is what happens like when I apply water. It's going to do this with our shape, but we can actually fix that. I can use the sponge, but if I use the sponge, the grog, which is like the sandy texture inside the clay, is going to show up. But I don't want that. Let me just run my hands without any clay. That is like soft. Which is what's going to make this piece look not nice. Okay. And then don't want it to take that. I want it to take, you see there is some clay that is stuck inside. I want to brush it off. Get that clay out from there. Like I said, we can use sponge, but the point is if I do the sponge, it is going to get stuck. I mean, we're going to get all the grout. So, ta-da! Look at that. That's a perfect, oops, got some clay. Okay, now look at the foot. Okay, it's really hard, like, I don't know. It's really hard with the color to notice, but that's the foot. And that's the cup from inside. And there is just a little bit of finger indentation, but I think I'm going to cut a little bit more so that it looks good. And I have to be careful because, I mean, it's okay. I think at this point, even if we go a little deeper, it's easy enough for us to fix, which I'm going to, I should be able to just add a little bit more clay and like make it workable. And let's see if I can run it just a little bit more. Okay. Gently. And like, okay, got covered from that side. Like what I'm trying to do is I'm cutting a finger that can sit there comfortably to hold the cup. Okay, that looks good. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped it. And like doing the same from the other side. just like that. Okay. Okay, so when we hold it like that, or like that, or if you wanted to try it this way, it is going to be sitting perfectly fine. But I don't want it to be sharp on one side, so I think I'm gonna be running a few times with my finger. And this is where I am so tempted to do some carving on this piece. Let's get this one done as well, and then let's do some carving, because I feel like this is going to be so beautiful piece if I do a little bit of carving. Should we do carving, or should I do like the stamping print, which is going to look somewhat like this? Look at the perfect design. We can do that, or we can do some carving. I did that on some of the other pieces, which we can always go back to that, but yeah. Let me know what can we give it a try. I'm gonna put this one aside for now, here, along with my other pieces. And then let's put this bat outside of our work area. And let's bring this big guy to trim. And this, I like it. I feel like this one turned out just the way that I want. It's really good. I got the perfect walls, and I got everything works so well. Of course, it always depends upon trimming also. But yeah. Okay, nice. There isn't too much that I'm going to try from the walls inside on this piece, but the bottom definitely needs some work, because when I throw this piece, it is at an angle, like it is sitting inside. I'm not really sure if I can show it in the camera, but what happened is it went a little too much tucked in. I wanted to bring the walls, the base of it evened, so that nothing gets stuck in there. That will be easy to collect and things like that, but yeah. I'm so confident that it's not going to fly off no matter how fast I try. Okay. Now let's bring our rubber tool. Okay. Let's bring this one. I'm essentially sharpening the walls, making them even. I don't really like when clay goes back and gets stuck back. Once I trim it, it is what it is. all looks just perfect. Okay, I think it's time for us to flip it to the back. Just trying to collect all the clay before we flip it. Oh, you know what? I think this is our chance to fix this now while we can, and then I can simply work on the bottom. And I think I need to use this tool to get some cleaning done in this area as well. Okay, because I feel like something is getting caught up here. And definitely patience is the key here. Okay, let's see how much clay we were able to get. But taking it out is the biggest challenge. Like, I don't want my clay just sitting right back, hence this great tool comes in handy. Ta-da! It's like a beautiful swirl. When I'm trimming, I see like beautiful swirls. Okay. I shouldn't be touching this with that, but I need to get my brush. Come on, you got it. There we go. Lightly, because I don't want it to hold too much pressure on this clay, otherwise it's going to stick right back from where it came. And then it'll be even more, because it's going to get stuck in one spot, like in one spot. So I'm going to trim this guy from the back, and like we're going to flip it carefully before I make it fly away. Okay, yay! We got it off the bat, and now it's just like, there we go, making it flip. Okay, it's not centered. Let us see if we need to add more water to make it sit. If I don't need to, then it will be good. Hey, come on. The more pressure I get in this palm, that's where I'm like trying to move it. Because it's a bigger piece, I think that's a little easier to center. If it is like a smaller one, probably it's not going to be that easy. There, I feel like it's just a little bit onto that side. There, this looks good. Okay, let's just slowly and gently do the same process without without touching this piece too much because it's going to fly off, and then or it's going to go back to uncentered. Oh boy, okay, this is getting stuck. I need to go back to my baby mud tool. This is going to shave off anything right away, but again, at the same time, it's very useful. It's like I feel like it's a very fast in shaving off. So we have to be really cautious if it is shaving the right clay or area where we wanted it to work. Sometimes it tends to shave too much from the area where we don't want it to be. Yeah. This is where we have a lot of clay accumulated. You hear that sound? Yeah, that means we can shave just a little bit, not too much from that area. Okay. I think let's mark. Hey, where did I put my pin tool? Oh well, let's go back to my caddy where I have stored all my tools. Let's go back and let's just make markings. See that it's not centered on this side. So let me just erase that. Let's give it one more try. Because if it's not centered, then you get like very uneven foot, which is not something that I would like. Okay, I see on this side, just needs to be moved just a little. Very gently. Okay, now, third time is the charm, okay? Let's give this one more. Okay, that's good. And then let's just push. I'm making my second circle so that we can take that as a reference and keep cutting, keep shaving more clay. Okay. And again, this is where the challenge is, like I cannot hold it with my other hand because like I said, it's very soft. Like you see my hand it is supposed to be like silky. Silky meaning like I just wanted to put something in here, but I'm afraid that if I put a little bit extra pressure, like I do have this fidget spinner, but I might accidentally put too much pressure. What it does is like it just rotates it like that. But I have to be gentle with that. If I put too much pressure, then there's a good chance that it will just lose the bottom. Look at that. Look at those perfect swirls. It's like, the clay is kind of getting like, like perfect swirly swirls. Clay is getting trimmed really well. We can get a little bit more done here. You see, I was about to put more pressure on the center, which I don't really want. By the way, this was one of the challenges that my kids gave me, and I wanted to get it completely, like, I wanted to win this challenge, which means I have to be mindful of how much I should actually trim. That's that is the sound, which means I need to make sure I'm not trimming too much. If it sounds as if it's a full pot, then we're good to go a little bit further more. But if it is not, if it is like sounding like a hollow pot, then it's not really good for us. We should stop right there. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop right here, but then I'm gonna use the other side to gently, I don't want clay to stuck there, like getting stuck there. Because I really like that sort of a foot where it looks so pretty. The transformation looks so good and pretty. Okay, and then let's just use my thumb to make it like very soft. See, the clay is getting right back and getting stuck right there. Okay, then remove our guy who's helping us thus far. And let's go back to the inner side. But then again, we should totally know how much clay we are trimming off. I mean, because we cannot know what's happening inside or how much space we still have, or how much deeper we can go, it's kind of like very tricky. So we have to keep like doing the tap sound. And if the tap looks good, then you should stop. If you think that the tap is hollowed out, that's when we should stop. If not, we can carefully keep carving. I feel like center is where I end up leaving too much clay, but at the same time, I'm keeping it saved by not doing too much carving from there, but I don't really like when it touches the ground. I wanted it to be lifted up a little bit, which is what I try. But sometimes, I mean, after firing, I have realized that it can be trimmed a bit further down. Obviously, it's a gamble. Every time when we do that, you never know how much clay you're taking, right? So, yeah. Just making sure that I don't have the swirls on this one. I mean, technically, it's not a big deal to keep it, but I don't know. I just for some reason felt it's not necessary for all of these, but we'll see. Okay, just a little bit more shape-wise. I like the marble, how we get marble here, like the marble beautiful detailing. But then it's going to dry off later on because if I let the clay sit in water for a really long time, that's the color transformation we get, the grayish. It looks pretty, but then later on, it's gonna be not visible at all. Making sure that it's evened out by just running with this rib once again. Yeah, that looks good. I use this side now because this is a corner area which is very tricky to even out in that spot, or in case if I need to get additional clay from there without disturbing what we did so far, I have to find the corner of this rib. And like, yeah. Okay, that looks good. And then we have to do the same inside without putting too much pressure at the same time, of course. It's going to be smoothing out what we have done so far. Ah! Oh no! Look at that. One small mistake. I just cut through the clay, but it didn't go that far, which is good. Oof. You know, like with clay, things can go wrong at any time. I feel like this is a bit thinner foot, but no worries. I'm going to lift it up a little bit with my another fancy tool that I got, which shows the lifting of the foot so beautifully. I like this tool, especially when I'm doing the foot. I mean, I feel like that's pretty much the need for it. It shows the foot really nice, lifted and elevated. Okay, are we good to, let's clean this area one more time. There we go. That looks very nice. I don't know, you guys. Okay, let's just do one more. Because once I lift it, it's going to be off-centered. So I'm taking all sorts of things that I can take care of when it is still centered. So yes, I would want it to flip it and then take a look. But then, like I said, I need to take care of a few things. Before I flip it too soon. Okay. Ready? I'm ready. Oh boy. Look at that. Such a beauty. Okay. I'll show you, bringing it closer. Okay. The nice, beautiful popcorn bowl. Ta-da! That's the foot. That's the foot. Look at that, how pretty it is, isn't it? And that's how nice it is. I feel like there's still a little bit that we can shave off from this area, because technically that's where a lot of clay is stuck, and I can feel that this area is still like a lot of clay is still there. So let's just get a little bit more done. I think back to the drawing board. In this case, back to our bat. Very carefully, because I feel like I don't have too much control once I lift this. Doesn't have to be too much center now, as long as I do have access to this area, because we're not doing any foot now. It's this area. And we're taking care of it. We can continue. I don't have to do too much centering. When did that happen? I messed up with the foot. But then again, we don't have to go too much up and down, because I am targeting this area. Yeah, this area. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use this other tool because the clay keeps getting stuck to this. And so let's grab our mud tool. I'm going a bit too fast now. I'm taking advantage of the speed because this is still getting stuck, right? So when I just do it at a fast pace, at least the area is going to be um it is going to be dried. Okay, gosh, that is very tricky for me to lift. Okay, this looks good right now. Ta-da! Okay, well, technically, look at that. That's inside, and that's the bottom, and that's well, that's the side. That's the bottom, and voila, it's ready. One thing that I wanted to do with these is like, okay, these should be somewhat like a. Okay, hold on. Not the total plan. Um, this one is like way too small. This one is way too small, and this one is way too big. Like, I mean, I'll put it like this. It's for the size comparison. Like, that's the side. Like, you can see, right? So, my kids asked for two. And this is what I got. Like, two different big differences sizes. Um, yeah, I think we're going to do a little bit of designing on these, which is going to be so much fun. Just the light ones. Maybe I'll try with a simple ones, and then I will see. Cause I did the carving on some of the other pieces that I made before, and I really like the way that it turned out. And I like the process as well. So I'm going to put some markings and then just carve some simple flowers. Okay, so let me just take some over here, over here, and over here, over here. You cannot probably see it, but I can. Um, and even though if we miss the, like, I don't know, is that visible? Not really. Okay, there it is. There's that, and like there was on the other one on the other side, which is also kind of very tricky to see, especially this one. That's okay, I'm gonna carve it and then probably you're gonna see it. So what I'm trying to carve on this one is I'm going to do a beautiful flower with some petals. Okay, see that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I left it with 5 petals, and then let's do the same on the different sides. And then sometimes I get carried away with where should I stop, but no matter how much I do, I love all the carving process. Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? And then I will continue to. It looks a little different. Like this one is more on the side, this one is more on the depth. That's okay. Not all the flowers are the same. And then, should we do one on the bottom that is also like a wide floral flower. Why am I going too much into the bottom? I wanted it to be showing onto the side, but I feel like I'm going too much to the down bottom area, towards the foot. Okay, so we got the sides taken care of. Maybe we will just do the same here. It's just because we're making the foot of this one interesting. Why? Because we went a little too bottom in the work. So I do have some clay that I can carve. So just kidding. This looks so cute. I love this flower. Like, look at that. And then I will continue it towards the, I mean, I'll take it probably until towards the end of it. Like, not really going in any regular order, but yeah. This is where I feel like I get a little too dense. And normally I do like one in between two petals. But sometimes when it gets like closer, I just go do more in those spots. It just still looks pretty. It's like a chrysanthemum flower. Or mums. Yeah. We're almost getting towards the end of it. Ta-da! Look at that. That's the bottom, that's the side. And I feel like I need to do a little bit on this area because I'm focusing on the bottom of this one. I'm going to be doing some rays from the flowers so that it looks like very nice. I mean, look how much thicker our walls are. There we go. Look at that. Ta-da! Just show you, that's the bottom, that's the side. I mean, look how quick we are. We did this one. Maybe, I think I'm gonna be doing a small one inside so that it's going to be our little surprise. Okay. There. Okay. Looks like too much. A bit simple inside, but I think I like it. When we just add, oh, okay, when we just add the swirl, it's going to be as simple as like that. And then that's the outside. Ta-da! Okay, well, that's pretty much for today. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll probably join in our next live. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great night, and I hope to see you back once again. Bye.